So regardless of what side of the issue people are on, one thing's clear. We've opened up a dialogue, and for that, we're thankful to all the people of the Fraser Valley, and we say thank you for speaking out and sharing your views. This community has spoken, and we've listened. And today, on behalf of CanWest Productions, I'm pleased to announce that we've made a decision to add the 5th annual Taboo Naughty But Nice show back onto our show schedule. We're bringing the Taboo show back to Abbotsford, and you'll find it here in the Tradex from Friday, May the 11th to Sunday, May the 13th. To come to one of our shows. I think it's hard to make such a vocal advocacy over something that you're not really clear on. And so that invitation is extended to Gerda, and we'd love to have her come and see the great work that Dr. Piche and our other presenters do, have them understand what the makeup of our show is, that we're talking about a lot of married people and people in very committed relationships. Have Gerda understand that our show is more than about, adult toys, which, by the way, aren't bad by themselves. They are also a part of creating intimacy in a relationship. I think that if she came and actually saw what we offered, maybe her stance on what she's been advocating might change. I don't know.
The cancellation of the Naughty But Nice show?
I think more people need to speak out. It's not something to be ashamed of. Everybody's here because their parents have sex. Just because you have kids doesn't mean you stop having sex, and I don't think it's something that anybody should be ashamed of. I live in Abbotsford. I don't want to have to drive to Vancouver to go to the Taboo show, which is what I've been doing for the past 7 years. So it's good here. I think we deserve to have it out here.
What do you say to the people that are complaining about this show?
Miss Piche that's complaining about the show, she should come to the show. Because it's not.
So our consultants come out to people's houses and present parties of an adult nature. We sell adult products. And we come into your home and do it. And the spin-off from the show for us is tremendous, because here at the show we'll connect with people who are interested in buying adult products and maybe want to buy them with an education to come along with it. And that's when our girls will make connections, meet people and book shows. And these are girls who work, make extra money to help support the families. They will book anywhere from 4 to 15, 16 shows each at the Abbotsford Trade Show. And for them, the economic spin-off is huge. And they were very disappointed when they heard that the show was closing. And they're going to be very happy when I phone them all up and say, you're back on for your shifts, you're working. So,
just an example. Is that a normal reaction that some people have to the sex show?
I think people have a lot of different reactions to the sex show because they don't really know what it's about, and there's always that taboo around sex, obviously, and how people are raised, and culture, and expectations, and religious backgrounds. There's so many things about sex that make it a bit of a trigger. What tends to happen a lot of times is we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it because of all those things. We're never quite sure of the reaction we're going to get, and people just prefer keeping it private and confidential, which is fine, except when we start having problems. And then we don't quite know who to turn to. One of the reasons that I enjoy providing seminars for the Taboo show is telling people there are mental health practitioners out there that you can talk to. There is psychologists that you can talk to, there's counselors that you can talk to, there's nurses that you can talk to, there's people that you can get out there and have conversations.
I know her opinion is very deeply rooted in her religious beliefs. Gerda is a very religious person, and I applaud that. But you know what? So are many of the people who come to our show. They're religious as well. They go to church on Sundays. But you know what? They have sex on Saturday night. And they shouldn't apologize for that. And we even have a group called Jesus Loves Porn Stars. It's a church group that was formed in the United States that wanted to reach out and bring religion to people in the porn industry. Porn stars, strippers, these kinds of people in the sex industry. And they knew they couldn't do it the way Gerda's doing it. They knew they couldn't stand there and say, sex is evil, stop it. Because we know it doesn't work when you do that. So what they did is said, let's embrace this and let people know in that industry that it's okay to be religious and be in that industry. And maybe we can sway you over a little bit, maybe not. So they pay to come to our shows, and they come to all of our shows, and they have a booth, and they actually hand out Bibles to people in the aisles. They're a little kind of
compressed Bible that they've created. And you know what? They're not in people's face. They're not rude. And they get a lot of people stop and talk to them and engage them in conversation. That's what we need to do. That's what we have to do as a community. And I would encourage Ms. Piche to maybe open up the dialogues with us, come down to one of our shows, and if she really hates it after she's seen it, and likely she will, well, at least she's seen it.